everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is another video where I am showcasing my products. Today we're going to do eyeshadow. Now I had some ideas and thoughts about this video, actually specifically. When most people show their eyeshadow, they do swatches. I am not going to be doing swatches today. Number one, time. Even on a good day, I just don't have the time. You know how long that takes? I do not have the time for swatches, but I'll show you the palettes. I have done a complete Jeffree Star video in the past, so I'll link that for you guys, but I think I'll have time to do all of those again as well. I have not purchased any new ones since that video, I don't think, but I will be coming up in the new year. So stay tuned because I will have a haul after, I don't know when, maybe in spring we'll do another haul. But for now, let's talk about some of the first palettes I ever purchased ever in my higher end makeup career. Okay, so these actually, I was just thinking like higher end. So my first like high end makeup was Too Faced, which I don't know if a lot of people still call that like not high end, but you can't buy it in the drugstore. Like you can buy it in Ulta, but I don't consider Ulta a regular drugstore. Ulta is like a makeup counter booth drugstore / in the States, but here in Canada you cannot find Too Faced products in, like, we don't even have Ulta. We have like London Drugs. You can find some different like Lancome products in London Drugs and stuff like that, but not like I don't know if Lancome, I don't know. I don't own any Lancome products, so I can't speak on that. But anyway, moving on. I digress. So the first ones I want to talk about are my BH Cosmetics palettes. You guys, my very first palette was Galaxy Chic. All right, I haven't touched these in a long time, but they're baked eyeshadows and they're all like celestial themed. So honestly, it's probably the packaging that drew me in with all of these palettes. I have to say it's gotta be because I'm obsessed. And it's purple. Okay, you guys, it's purple. Even the other ones aren't purple. They're just as equally beautiful that I have. I don't know if there's more. I just bought 4 of them, but I didn't buy them all at the same time. This one has like some of the shade names: Sun, Jupiter, Prometheus, Aphrodite, Milky Way, Cosmic, Saturn, Venus, Meteor, Comet, Earth, Neptune, Mercury, Mars, Asteroid, Electra, Moon, and Pluto. So these shadows are all like shimmery. Actually, Jupiter here would have been a good look for my eyeshadow today too. But maybe one of these days, like I'll just showcase one of the other colors. Wouldn't that be fun if I did like a makeup? That would take forever. And like I could do a monochrome moment like every time I did makeup and just do one color for my BH Cosmetics. That would take forever though, because I've got 4 palettes and there's what, 6 times, there's 18 like colors in each of the palettes. So, I mean, that would take forever, but they're so pretty. Like I love them. Anyway, this one is like really pretty. It's so underrated because I keep looking at it and I'm like, oh, okay, it's okay, but it doesn't draw my eye. The next one is Solar Flair. As you can imagine, this one has a lot of like gold and red tones. Like how beautiful is that? Like I'm just gonna like move it around in my light. There's that purple on the end and that like reddy bronze color that's catching my eye. They're so beautiful. Okay, then the next one, I'm saving the best for last. When I say best, it's the one I use the most because it's got my favorite colors in it. But Supernova is the third one. This one is also really spectacular. Reminds me of the first one. Like, aren't they pretty? Like these colors, like they're sparkly and beautiful, but they look underrated. Like they're not like those bright, gorgeous, except for that blue and that green are kind of catching my eye. But like, so when I do like, when I say a proper makeup look, I usually like contour with a matte, and these don't have mattes in them. They're all metallic, but I think that's what makes it fun. So of course, the last one is my Aurora lights. You guys, I have showcased this palette so many times on my channel, so many times, because look at the colors. Like these, like the purple and the pinks and the blues, purple, pinks, and blues. So freaking beautiful. Okay, like they're gorgeous. They look like mini like suns, like little planets in there. They're so beautiful. And the names that they picked, they must have had so much fun with those names. Anyway, so these, like I need to start using these again. I should have them like, well, they don't look that beautiful side by side, but you know, they're just beautiful. So then when I started thinking I was all fancy pants and I decided to go high-end makeup, I started collecting Too Faced palettes. Now I'm going to let you guys know that I did get rid of a lot of my palettes from when I first started makeup on this channel. Actually, it wasn't even on this channel, it was on my main channel, but I got advice from another YouTuber saying that you shouldn't have like makeup and planning or art all on one channel. You should separate them. So that's what I did. So I actually had like, can't remember, it was a couple of thousand people on this channel or my main channel before I switched. I can't remember how many I had, but I switched and now this channel just doesn't get as much love as the other one. My first palette from Too Faced, this was the very first one, was the Natural Eyes palette. So this one, again, so underrated, one of my favorites. Before I got my Patrick Ta brown shadow, because now that is my favorite. It has to be my favorite. This was my favorite. And the reason why, okay, this is my first shadow palette, okay, expensive shadow palette, and it still smells like chocolate. And when I say smells like chocolate, I don't like understate that fact. Like, it smells heavenly. My favorite color is called Chocolate Martini, and I love that color because it's sparkly, it's beautiful, and I put it as an all over eye color when I'm doing a chocolate smoky eye. But these are meant to be used in these little like triage like color combos here. So it's perfect for, like, this is like your mid-tone color right here, and then this is your highlight, and then this is your darker to darken it up. And I just like this color is called Sexespresso. Like Sexespresso. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting too excited. My very first palette, and I don't know. I just loved it. I loved it so much. So then I thought, okay, everyone's getting on this like matte neutral trend. So I went and bought the Natural Matte palette. So this was an unnecessary one because even when I first started, I totally didn't need an all matte palette. I mean, since then I've bought progressively more and more and more, which of course I don't need. But I wasn't a matte fan. I loved color like this. I loved sparkle like my BH Cosmetics palettes. I didn't even care about this. And so I think I've only used this a handful of times. Like, you can see how much I've dived in by like the little design on the top of the color. So the only reason I've kept it is because like they kind of come in like a set, and I don't really want to get rid of either of them. Like, I would never get rid of the first one because this one is, I still use it, but this one I don't think I've touched. So I mean, if I had to pick between the two, I would definitely get this one. Okay, so then a third Too Faced palette, and like the reason why I kept these ones is because I don't know, like they just, out of all of the ones I bought at the beginning, they were my most like nude natural palettes, was my Just Peachy mattes. So I bought this in a combination of different products. I had like some lipsticks, I had like a lip stain. I still have the lip stain, and actually I think I still have the lipsticks too. And it's funny, oh yeah, because they're right here. I've got 4 of them. So the packaging, this entire collection, like they're gathering dust. It was so cute, you guys. It was Too Faced, and it was called, like, this was Sunday Fun Day. But if I open up the lipstick, like, it's got this little peach on top, okay? So cute. And they're nude, and they smell like peach. They still smell like peach after all this time. And they still work well. I know people say throw out your makeup. I would throw out, like, concealers and foundations. I've gone through a lot of those. Okay, so this doesn't really smell anymore. I think it used to smell like peach, if I'm not mistaken. I was obsessed with this palette for the longest time. Sorry, I'm in the light. I was obsessed with this palette forever. I made so many eyeshadow looks with this. I should link the video. I can't link every single video that I've made with all these palettes because it would be like my entire playlist. But there are like playlists for each of these really big palettes. So if you guys are interested in the way I've applied them, mind you, they're like going back to when I first started doing my makeup. So, I mean, you know, watch them with a grain of salt. But yeah, they're beautiful. Like, that color palette is so beautiful. And they're like browns. They're warm matte browns. The whole palette is matte. And I just loved like peach tea and peach cobbler. Oh, I mean, peach punch and just I just can't. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what I got into next. I honestly don't remember. And I'm not going to be able to like show you guys these by like, when I bought which one, because honestly I don't remember. So the next bunch of colors I bought were some Colorpop palettes. Again, with these palettes, I ended up getting rid of a lot of them. I gave them to a friend, and her daughter like dived in and was like, perfect, they're going to play around with these and they're just going to be for fun. So the first one is It's My Pleasure. Of course, this is a purple palette. I love, like, out of all of these colors, I mean, obviously, like, this one's gorge, but I'd have to say, like, this one here is probably my favorite, and I really like that one too. But those two colors, even though, like, my favorite color purple is like a mix between this and this maybe, I still love those two shades. They're just beautiful. So the next one is Lilac You a Lot. Love the names of these. This one's coming out. Oh no. So this is a little bit of a lighter palette. This one's lifting here. And the middle shade is probably my favorite. All the middle colors are my favorite because they're shimmer. They're gorgeous. I love it. Okay, so the next two are definitely more neutral. This one is That's Taupe. Looks like snake skin. And this one, the reason why I kept this one is because these are the most shimmeriest, like, beautiful shade toppers that you can put on. So if I was to take this right now and put it on my eye, it would be like a showstopper. Like, it's so shimmery, you can use it as a highlighter. Sorry, I keep forgetting about the light, but it is so pretty. The next one that's very similar to that, this one's like a cardboard packaging. This is back to that plastic, is Going Coconuts. And this one is also really pretty, a little bit more warm toned. So the taupe was definitely more cool brown. These are a bit more warm, but this shade in the center, again, absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. You can see the shimmer in the light. So the next two are a bit different, but they were kind of like in the same set. So they're like the same design on them. And one was the Menage A Moi, and the other one was Boudoir Noir. So this was Menage A Moi. So pretty, more like plum colors, and like, look at those sparkles. Like, this is probably going to be the most sparkliest palette. I should create a look with this palette. I haven't done it in a while. I do have a couple, one or at least one, maybe more on my channel, but I should definitely wear this one again. It's beautiful. Okay, and then the other one is Boudoir Noir. So that's what the outside looks like. I have to be careful because the other was last weekend. I opened up a palette. It was a contour palette, and all of the highlighter shade fell on my clothes, so I don't want that to happen again. This one is like khaki green and like browns and golds and like bronzes, and it's just so pretty. I love that green. I have made looks of this before that were absolutely gorgeous, so I might use this one again too, but I really want to dive into that purple palette again. So this is probably the second palette I ever bought, was the Kat Von D Shade and Light for Eyes. I do have the contour one, so I'll link that palette, that video for you when it posts. I think it's posting at the end of November, if I'm not mistaken. So this one, I have not technically used it. No, I lied. I used this dark brown color here because for a matte smoky brown eye, this is the perfect brown shade to use right there. So beautiful. I did have a second one of these. I liked it so much. This was like, other than the Too Faced palette, this one had a black in it, and that's why I wanted it, because I wanted one that just had like all of these completely neutral shades, and then they still had those like powders for like setting your eye makeup down, like your concealer down. And I just really, really enjoyed it. My first one cracked, and that's why I did get a second one. Okay, so now moving on to Dominique Cosmetics. So I have 4 palettes from Dominique Cosmetics. And I think I found these ones. I don't know if Emily Jane Beauty was my, she might have been. I can't remember now. Emily Jane Beauty might have been my inspiration for getting this palette. So this is what it looks like on the outside. This is the original one. So there's 2 for this one, the Latte palette. So it's got a lot of neutrals, but then it has these pretty pops of color. Like, I'd call that a pop of color. These ones right here. And then it's got these shimmers. And so I think they're just so pretty. You can see there. And then even there's that like buttery yellow. It's so beautiful. It's so clean looking. I just love it. Then she came out with the Latte 2 palette. And so it's a little bit different. The colors are lighter, but I feel like the brown is a little bit darker. But this is definitely more of a summer palette. So I love that. And then I think the next one, I can't remember who I was watching now, was I got the Rustic Glam. And I loved this one. I loved the idea of the colors together so much. But honestly, when I try to put some of the colors together, they just don't work out. I think I used this green with the blue ones, and that was actually quite pretty. I do like the idea of this orange and the brown kind of tones mixed together with a blue. I think I might have done a look like that. But again, you can check out the playlist for these specific palettes. because I have used all of the palettes and I have made looks with all of them. I probably used the Shade and Light palette too, just the first one I had. But yeah, I mean, they're really pretty. I found it difficult. Like this kind of gives me like, it says rustic eye, but it kind of gives me Mediterranean vibes. It was really pretty. So then there was another YouTuber I watched that had this palette. This was the Berries and Cream palette. So I kept the protective cases on them. And I love this one. Again, another purple palette because I'm a sucker for purple. So this is what it looks like. And that like spot of like blueberry in there. Oh, I haven't really worked with it much. Again, another palette that I haven't really played around with. But even the browns, like I could make a neutral brown look using this palette. Like the color of the palette alone is just gorgeous. And I just haven't been able to give these up, even though I don't use them that often. But maybe I should try. I should do like a fall look with this palette. Maybe let me know, you guys, like if there's a specific palette you want me to like work with in this video, let me know. And also, I will list all of the palettes down below. I cannot link them. I probably could link some of them, but a lot of them are not sold anymore. So I'll just list them. So if you want to search for them, you can find them on like on buy and sells. It's fine to have shadows. Shadows, I don't think shadows go bad. Don't take my word for it, but I think they're fine. And you can sanitize them by using alcohol on top. So the next one is the Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette, the one and only. So everybody thought she was going to do a Volume 2. And then some stuff happened in her personal life and she couldn't. But now she's released brushes, if you guys have been following along with her story. So this is the palette. Sorry, mind like the wet spot here because I used wet like setting spray in there. But it's beautiful. And the whole idea behind this is just amazing. So you've got like 4 different finishes and you've got 6 different colors. So the finishes are matte, sequin, metallic, and glitter. And it's just a really nice idea. And the colors are gorgeous. I've dipped into this quite often too. I wouldn't mind getting the sequin orange color. I think that would be beautiful. So again, there's quite a few palettes that I would like to like make like looks with. So I think when I edit this video, I'm actually going to go and like write down all of the ideas and like all of the makeup looks I want to do with the palettes I'm talking about right now. So here's an OG, the Morphe palette with Jaclyn Hill. Okay, so this came out a long time ago, but this was also an Emily Jean Beauty palette that I kind of like. I was like, ooh, I need that. I don't have any other Morphe palettes. I got rid of them all. I did have a few and I've been interested in buying a couple. Like I did have a couple on my radar back in the day, but I don't know. I didn't want to. I changed my mind. So a lot of different colors in here. And actually, was it, you know what? Angela Bright is also a huge influence on my makeup. I love how she does her eyeshadows. So I think some of these were also from Angela Bright, where I got the idea of buying the palettes from. But yeah, beautiful. Like this was such a perfect like palette to have because it also had so many different colors. These, I don't think. This is my first and only Nomad Cosmetics palette. I think I bought this last year. I think it was on sale. It's called Parnesia Paradiso. I don't know if I said that right. It's just called Paradise Islands Intense Eyeshadow Palette. So again, this is one that I haven't worked that much with. Reminds me of summer colors. So if I was going on a vacation, this is probably the palette I would take. I'm not going to lie. And I would just do like a bright pop of color all over my lid with some mascara and some bronzer. And that is it. And I'd basically sit out in the sun and do nothing is what I would do. Anyway, this is a beautiful palette. And again, I'm a sucker for color, you guys. I had to have it. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was on sale though. Pretty sure it was. But like gorgeous, right? Like, am I right? And these aren't really colors that you can blend together. You can. There's some that you absolutely can. But what I mean by that, like, and they do have some mattes and they do have some sparkles. So generally it's like a sparkly shade for every matte color that's beside it. But I would just like use them as a pop of color all over the lid. Like, I'm not going to lie. Okay. So then these other ones, these are by Odin's Eye. So I love Odin's Eye because they are so sparkly. The same with the other palette by Nomad. I want to start getting some more indie brands because I just have so many of them, the more like name brands, like from Sephora or from Ulta. I would like to like get in more of these. Oh, another influencer that I follow is Patty Alonso. I'll link her channel. So between Angela Bright, Emily Jean from back in the day, she does makeup, but not like just makeup videos. She's more of a vlogger now. And then Patty Alonso. Her accent kills me. I'm sorry, but I love the girl. Her makeup looks are beautiful, and she just had a baby girl. Well, not just, but she had a baby, and she's still pulling off awesome makeup looks. So I follow her because I love her. I love how she talks about makeup, and she's got really good makeup sense too. So this one, Odin's Eye Elva 2 eyeshadow palette. I love the packaging on these, by the way. Like, aren't they gorgeous? Like, this one is so freaking beautiful. Okay, so this one, this is what it looks like. Again, more of that like island vibe that I'm getting, right? Like, you've got a couple of like, this is actually copper. Ooh, that's pretty. It's actually called Copper Red. Like, this one's called Forest Dream. Like, gorgeous. Definitely more of a tropical vibe. This one is the Solmone 2 palette. And again, still got that same like beautiful tropical vibe, a lot of purples, and that's why I picked this palette. Both those are just beautiful. So I've got a handful here. One of them is by Sigma and Anne Nook. So she has another palette on the website right now. It's a new one, but I got this one too because, again, like neutrals, mattes, beautiful colors. The colors, of course, caught my eye. You've also got gold and silver, and you've got a black. I mean, you cannot go wrong with this palette. And the shameful thing is, I don't think I've actually used this that much. I have used it because I've seen little brush marks in there, but not by any standard. Like, I need to go back and look at this palette again too. Like, I need to like take a whole week and do 2 makeup videos in 1 week with one palette is what I need to do. Okay, so I think this is the first Sigma palette that I bought. I'm pretty sure it was the Corda Rosa. So right now on the Sigma site, they are giving it away for free. Well, this is the date of filming, which is November 21st today, but it's beautiful. And I think it came out in spring, but you can use it in fall too. Beautiful colors. I think I actually used it in another makeup look recently. Okay. So then we have, of course, the Angela Bright and Sigma palette, because why wouldn't I? Got my eyes on the brushes as well. This is what that looks like. And she has so many videos on her site, on her YouTube channel, that detail all of the looks you can make with this. So if you want to see more than what I have, go to Angela Bright's and check out her palette. Okay, so another one that's still fairly new to me, I have used it, but just not a whole lot, was the Enchanted palette. Isn't that pretty? Like, oh, I think I just got it because of that. And it was a little bit new than what I've ever had. I think this was definitely a Christmas palette. Definitely Christmas colors. Like this sparkly shade, that sparkly shade. I just love it. I wish I could like, I'm going to play with this one some more too. I want to swatch them so bad, but I'm in a rush and I don't want to get it all over my hands. Okay, so the last one of the smaller ones that I have is the Alice in Wonderland. I just did a makeup look using this palette, but this is what that looks like. So I only have the one Disney so far. But I do have plans to get more Sigma products. To be quite honest, I actually wanted to get more during Black Friday, which is right now, but I didn't save up enough money. So that was my bad. I ended up using my money on planning supplies instead of like makeup, which is not terrible because I probably plan more than I do makeup. I mean, I do quite a bit of makeup, but I mean, planning, come on, you need to plan. Planning is its own benefit. Okay, so now I've got 2 Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina collection palettes. I have got the volume number 2, and then I've got volume number 5. They're both beautiful, but they are pigment palettes. So what that means is the color, it's pro pigment palette. And the pigment is just really rich. And I mean, there's a lot of mattes in here, and I find that like you can't wet them. So this is palette volume 2. I don't even remember why I bought this. I thought there was more like teals in there, and I haven't really used it that much, you guys. So I mean, honestly, I think I got it for the bright colors. I've used a couple of the line colors already, but it's something that I just haven't reached for. And I'm not entirely in love with that palette either. Now, the volume number 5, of course, there was like a lot more purples in here, so that's why I got it. And I have used this one quite a bit more. So as you can see, there's a lot of purple tones. A lot of the purples actually look similar too. Like there's like 6 I can see from right here that look very similar. So again, I haven't reached for this as much as I've reached for any of my other palettes. So, I mean, if I ever had to get rid of them, I could see myself getting rid of these too. Okay, so lo and behold, that like is a whole bottom of my makeup drawer, which is crazy. So now we're going to go through the top drawer. I actually don't have as many as I thought I had for some random reason. So I do have two Patrick Ta, not including the little mini duo that I bought, but I'm not going to include that guy because he's not like an entire palette. So the 2 that I have are Major Dimension 1 and 2. The first one, it just says for eyes. It doesn't say 1 or anything. It's really dirty because I have used it a lot. And one of my colors actually broke. So this is what the first one looked like. So this color broke, and then this section here is like, it's got a little cover on it, and they're cream shades. So I did try using them as like a cream base before I put the shadow on, and it just was really messy and got everywhere. So maybe I just put too much product on. That could be the case very well. But like, look how beautiful they are. And they're very warm toned. Like these I'd say are cool toned, but these are a bit more warm toned, I find. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he still came out with a warm toned palette. Or maybe it was a cool toned. I don't remember now. It must have had to have been cool toned because the next one, palette 2, is definitely warm toned. It's like, look how warm. It's almost like rose gold, right? So that was number 2. But let me tell you that if you want like a nice sparkly moment, Patrick Ta is your man. Okay, he's your guy. Okay, so a one-off is, of course, my NARS palette. The only little tiny NARS, like, single guy all by himself, but one of my favorites. And this one gets the most views whenever I do a makeup look with it. It's the NARS Summer Solstice palette. It was a limited edition, of course. And I've used so much of this color and so much of that red, but it's so pretty. I mean, the neutrals in here are just gorgeous. You can use the sparkles all over your eye, just as all over color. It's so pretty. Okay. Then I have 2 Makeup by Mario. I was interested in getting the 3rd one that came out this year, and I did not get it. I stood my ground and I did not get any makeup palettes, like eyeshadow palettes. So the first one was just called the Ethereal Eyes palette. And it was a whole pan of neutrals with some beautiful shimmers. But the technology with his shimmers make it look like you have a wet eye, even if the shadow itself is not wet. So I don't think I've actually used these with setting spray. My favorite color is this one here. And maybe I did use that one with setting spray. It's hard to tell. I'm trying to see the colors, but they are shimmery. The next one was Ethereal Eyes, the Moonlight edition. And this one had this beautiful pop of blue and then some gray tones. So definitely more of a cooler neutral palette. I never even took off the mirror protector there. Okay, and then I have 2 Huda Beauty palettes. So the first one I got was the Icy Nude palette. This one I bought brand new when it first came out. I was so excited. Perfect Christmas palette. So I'll probably do some looks with this. And actually, I'm like wondering if I could do an icy like silver look with this palette itself. This palette is so pretty. I might actually use this. We'll see. Like an ice princess look. But this one was really popular when it first came out. And then this one was also popular. It was sold out when I first went to buy it. The Pretty Grunge palette. And this one is very dramatic. Okay, very dramatic. Very pretty. It's got some beautiful light neutrals, but also some like sparkly tones and some blacks. Like gorgeous. And it actually had grunge, which was this like cream base shadow. So I appreciated that too. And I like the cover. Like it actually looks like there's like plastic underneath, you know, which is kind of cool. All right, so those are the only 2 Huda Beauty palettes I own. Okay, so I just realized something. I was going to show the other Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes when I showed the Pro Pigment collection, but I forgot. So these are the regular sized palettes now. I'm just going to see if I can put them in an order. I don't remember how we bought them. I kind of do. Maybe. Okay, I think this is the order. So the first one I bought was this Soft Glam. This is like OG Soft Glam. I did a makeup look not too long ago with this. Really beautiful. This color here, so beautiful. And like, again, a neutral palette. This was a really good and popular way to do a palette. You've got your neutrals, you've got your shimmers. So nice. Then you have Nervina. So again, purple palette. Not completely purple, but this is like really gorgeous right there. Okay, and then I have the Jaclyn palette. I believe this is Jaclyn. So I kind of have a feeling, so this is Anastasia, but I feel like Angela Bright's palette kind of mimics this one a little bit. You know, you get the same type of vibe. Maybe not all the same colors, but it's the same vibe. For sure it is. I just had to, yeah. So then the next one was the Rose Metals palette. And this one, the pan size, they were a bit bigger. They've changed sizes since the original ones. This one was the Nouveau palette. I really like this one. I wouldn't mind playing around more with this. Kind of reminds me of like desert sands or something. Okay, then we have the Cosmos palette. This one I think was falling apart. Yeah, Super Cluster was falling apart. This has beautiful sparkles in it, and I have not played around with this to its full capacity, but it's absolutely beautiful. And then the newest one I think I have was the Fall Romance. This was a couple years old now. So I realized she hasn't really come out with any new ones. But this one was also really pretty. I love those green shades. Okay, guys, now it's on to one of my favorite like makeup artists ever, Natasha Denona. I actually have the most palettes. I just realized I do. I have the most palettes out of like all of the ones I've showed you. Was this one. I'm not going to show you in any particular order. I don't even remember the order in which I bought these. The first one I'm going to show you is my Dream palette. So, oh, that one's falling apart too. What's happening? What's happening to my shadows? And it's like blackest black. It's like this really pretty color. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe my daughter got into it. Anyway, it doesn't look like a blackest black. Actually, no, you know what happened to it? This is blackest black. My palettes, these all fell out. That's what happened. And I put them back and they weren't in the right spot. So the colors are not in the right spot. But anyway, that's what happened there. But that orange color is so pretty. Next, I have the Yucca palette. This is like really pretty. And I love these smaller palettes. I think I was asked a while ago to like use this one again, and I haven't touched it. I wonder if I could make a Christmas palette look with that. Like a Christmas look. I don't do greens well. I don't know why. I've done a few greens and I just didn't like them. The Glam palette. This one reminds me of the Icy Nudes by Huda a little bit. Okay, I Need a Nude. There was like this nude trend going around. So this was a bit, I think it was a warmer toned one. I don't know. Or she made another warmer toned one, and then I think she made a cooler toned one too. I haven't purchased any since these ones. My newest one was the gold palette. Now this one is the Lila palette. This was $180. I did not pay $180 for this palette, you guys. I got it when it went on a really good sale at Sephora. I don't even know why it was $180, because I like the purple and the pink in there, and that's about it, to be honest with you. So I don't know why anyone would pay $180 for that, but you know, each to their own. So the bronze palette, one of my favorites. I love this palette, you guys. Like, look, just look. Like, I want to wear this all over my eye in summer. I don't think I've done that yet. This is one of my favorites. The colors are just so gorgeous. Then I've got the retro palette, of course. Again, more of those like mauve-y like tones. Then I've got the pastel palette. This is one of my favorites as well. Love this for summer. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't know what it is, the pastels and the bright colors like this one. So beautiful. I want to see what that one looks like all over the eye too. Okay, next we have the Retro Glam palette. This one was nice. This came out at Christmas too. Beautiful. Okay, and then my newest two, which would be my Ruxa palette. See how the design changed on there? So this is another purple palette. And then the last one, which has been my current favorite, is the golden palette. Favorite. Love it. The bronze and the gold one. Just love them so much. If you buy those two palettes, you can't go wrong. Just saying. Okay, guys. So now it's time for all of my Jeffree Star palettes. And because I have another video detailing these, I'm going to go through them pretty fast. So the very first one that I ever got was, of course, Blood Sugar. So this one, I started watching Jeffree Star and then I just couldn't stop. And I know I've actually had people on my channel reach out to me and tell me not to buy Jeffree Star products because he's not a nice person. And I'm sorry, I'm going to state this here right now, that I buy the product if I like it. I don't care what somebody has done in their past. I've done bad things in my past, and I hope that nobody judges me for it today. So I'm just saying, that's my thoughts on it. But this was my first. And honestly, I love it. But when I first got it, it was like, I actually didn't have, I was just in awe when I first got it. But now I'm like, it should have more reds. And it's interesting because some of his palettes, like they're color themed, right? And some of them are like, I'm like, oh, okay, that one should be like all blue. That one should be all red. And like, it won't be. It'll be like one of the color of the box and then various colors, which I'll show you in a sec. But I just found that interesting. So then my next was Blue Blood. I pre-ordered this one, I think. I wanted this one so bad. I love this palette, okay? I don't use a lot of blues in my eyes either, but I love this palette. I've done quite a few turquoise looks in the light blue. Oh, beautiful. I love this blue here. It's like one of my favorite colors. Yeah, love this palette. So then, I don't think this was my next one. Probably not, but I'm just gonna... This definitely wasn't my next one. The only thing about this one, I have to glue it back on, but this little corner fell off. It's supposed to like sit on my Blood Money palette. And I like this one because you squish it together like this, and then you open the palette. This one's beautiful too. Isn't that pretty? The colors of this one go really well together. Like I can see where he was going with this. I love it. So that one of my favorites. The next one that's got the same shape is, of course, the Conspiracy palette. This is the one that someone had asked me to do more makeup looks with because I find it's very difficult to work with. The colors are so ambiguous, like they're all over the place here, right? It's a conspiracy. You don't know what's going on, but they're beautiful. I like that. I just noticed it's kind of like a sky, kind of cloudy gray blue here. That's interesting. But anyway, that's the one I get the most questions about, to be honest. Okay, the next one. This is another one of my favorites, okay? Gothic Beach. When this came out, this isn't really a color, but I just really, really like it. I'm like, oh no! And there it goes. Okay, you guys. I had an episode. I've got green shadow. I'm going to have to try to wash it off my... I think this is the one where I made a note for myself. There it goes. My planner to fix my green shadow. So what all you do is you take the pieces and you get some alcohol and you press it back together. But you know, there it goes, it's done. I'm not going to bother. I just have to wash my pants now. So that was supposed to be the green shade. So anyway, I really like this. Although I was like, where's the light shade in this palette? There's no light shade. They're all dark. It's just a dark palette. It's Gothic Beach. Okay, so then another large palette here is Pink Religion. I just used that in this video today. And it looks like a book. So he kind of changed the palettes and the way they look after those first like coffin shaped palettes. So this one is meant to look like a book, right? You put it on a bookshelf somewhere, which is really cool. If he had come out with all of those, like it's kind of like my storybook cosmetics here. I really like that idea, but then it doesn't really match the rest of the theme. So now we're getting into some different ones here. I've got Jawbreaker. I loved this palette when it first came out. Again, a complete summer palette. I did buy this in summer. You can see how bright the colors are. They're kind of go between shimmer and metallic shades and a lot of neutral, like mattes there, but really pretty. I use this a lot. I actually should have a lot of videos in my playlist on that one. The next one is called I actually really like this one too. Why can't I see the name of it? There we go. It is the Cremated eyeshadow palette. Okay. I gotta be careful because I'm worried. I have only used this once, you guys. This is a good silver one too. Totally gonna use this. Beautiful. I need to use this more. I don't know why I don't, but the shades in here are so pretty. They're all tones of gray. I love it. I absolutely love that. Okay, then we get into the Morphe by Jeffree Star. This is the only other Morphe palette I still have in my collection. And you know what? I might give this away because I'm not super impressed with it. It's okay. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's okay. Okay, then we have a Banana Fetish, which is here. I've only used this a couple of times as well. That blue and the pink throw me off every time I open it. I swear, they really do. Okay, then we have Cotton Candy Queen. So I actually just used this recently. I used the purple shade. I think I used, it was one of the sparkly purple shades in here. But it's really pretty, and I love like this tone. I think that's so pretty. It's almost like that orange peachy color. Almost like a coral color. Okay, then I have the Orgy palette, because of course, who doesn't need an all matte nude palette once more? So these are, there are some cool tones in there actually when I'm looking at it from here. So there's cool, that's kind of a cool, that's a cool, but the rest of them are warm. So I like it. I think Jeffree Star was saying it's a very bridal palette. So you can go in, if you carry this as your base kit, it's like you've got every nude shade that you would ever need. Okay, then of course we have the Scorpio palette. It's beautiful. I love the packaging on this. It's so unique. I really do like this one actually. And I really like the colors. Again, I'm kind of missing like a neutral color, like neutral, like this is the only really neutral color that you can use. Maybe that one to like blend out colors, but a light highlightery color is what I'm missing from here. I love the purples. You can probably tell because I've used those a lot. I have done a neutral look from here. But I like the greens. I haven't played with the greens yet. Man, I've got a lot of Jeffree Star. So besides for Natasha Denona, Jeffree Star is like probably my biggest collection. I also have Psychedelic Circus. I have not used this palette yet, I don't think. Or maybe I lied. Maybe I lied because this one looks like I've used it. That one there. But the colors, again, just crazy colors. It's almost like you need another palette to use to blend out the shades and like highlight and stuff like that. Okay. So now for the other palettes that are up, I'm going to just get them. This one is the Alien palette. I think this is one of the first ones I ever bought. But it doesn't have a color scheme. It's just called Alien palette, which is weird. It's got a lot of greens and grays in there, which is kind of cool. I like this. I mean, my daughter liked it too. And for some weird reason, I really like that purpley, like muddy gray shade. I don't know why. I'm kind of drawn to it. So, I mean, we have to have a purple. So this one is called Bloodlust, which I thought was an interesting name because it's like lust. I get it. It's like purple. And this is like velvet. It's so pretty. I haven't really touched this one either. And maybe it's because it's up high on my shelf and it's not within an easy reach. But this is mostly purples. But again, do you see like this red? I love that red, but it's throwing me off. The greens, it reminds me of the Alien palette a little bit. Do you know what I mean? But yet most of it's composed of purples. But I'm missing like a deep, rich, dark purple. I don't have one of those in here. So there's just like these odd, and I actually like this color too. That matte color there. Just some odd combinations in some of these palettes. Okay, the last large palette I have in this collection is the Pricked palette. So this is supposed to be the orange palette, and I love it because it looks like a little purse. It's pretty cool. And this one's really cool as well. So it has a lot of orange, and then there's that black, which I mean, I'm not mad at because you might need a black with all of this orange, but it's kind of cool. And then you've got your gold, you've got your bright green gold, and then you've got your more bronzy gold. So that's cool too. So I don't know. I do like the artistry behind the cases, to be quite honest. I really do, because I'm an artist myself, not just a makeup artist, but an actual artist. And I really like the artistry that goes into the palettes. Okay, you guys, we're down to the last 4 palettes. Can you believe this? It's like a 50-minute video. So they're all the mini sets to Jeffree Star. Not all of them. I'm not sure if I got every single one, but this has been the controversy, and they are different colors. There might have been like 1 or 2 random that like fell into these palettes, but I think they're all different for the most part. But I like this one. This is one of my favorite colors right here. Okay, then you've got the Mini Breaker, which is part of the Jawbreaker collection, and this one had like this bubblegum pink. It's literally called bubblegum. Love that. I should use that gold. It's called Slice. That is beautiful. That would look pretty. It's like a mustard colored gold color. Then you've got the Mini Orgy palette. So his thought behind this one was that because the full palette had all mattes, he was going to do this one with all metallics. And so, or I think there's some that are sparkly in here. But I've used it a touch, not a whole lot. But do you guys see, like these videos that I'm making are going to be the perfect videos just to like help me go through my collection and see what makeup looks I can do. The last one I have is Star Ranch. He does not have a coordinating large palette with this one. And I love this because the browns and the blues are just beautiful together. And I love that green. I think I've actually used it. With the brown and the green tones and the bronze. Oh, so pretty. And I do like having like the brown shade all around with blue on the lid. That's gorge. Okay, you guys, so I am done showcasing all of my palettes. I did not think I was going to get through that in time. And I swear, if I had swatched all of those, you'd be sitting here for a really long time. Unless, of course, I like swatch them off camera. I guess that's what most people would do, and have like a picture of the swatch and then like put it on the screen. But I'd rather just like talk to you about it and tell you like, you know, what my favorite colors are and like what I reach for the most. So let me know what your favorite palette is. What looks do you want to see? What palettes do you want me to work with next? And if you have any questions, comments, whatever, let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, please subscribe, click on the bell button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
You